Hey, hey, hey! What's up, Yarnikin? Hope you're having a nice day. Welcome in. Probably gonna keep it short today. Been feeling low energy, but also resetting my sleep schedule. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to try a heat map. Now, I set up very basic stuff, and I'm unsure if it's even gonna work. Let's find out. So essentially, by clicking, it's supposed to enable, disable stuff. It looks like things are already breaking. Waiting for a call. I hear that. I was dog sitting today, so I was basically waiting around for a while. Well, looks like the heat map's not working. What's up, Kay? Welcome in. I know I probably set it up wrong. It's appearing on Twitch. And it's supposed to basically make my text flash on screen the way I set it up. Ignore the picture of Big Chungus on screen. Hey Suhaib, what's up? Skirmuncher Light, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Alright, well I'm gonna take the cringe stuff off. Goodbye, cringe. So I found another streamer that had been doing like chat plays D&D stuff. Some of you may have heard of him before, but his name is Doug. Have you guys heard of Doug before? I just want to show you, I guess, a brief introduction to how he did D&D on his stream, and it was so inspiring, so funny, like it was engaging. I loved everything about it. It made me realize I have a long way to go before I could consider myself in his league. But here, let's go to Doug's channel real quick. So, which one was funny? Well, these are very well edited, so I think it might be good to check out the stream. So the stream itself was 6 hours, whereas the actual edited video ended up being like 50 minutes. So this looks like a break that they were taking. So he was using Photoshop.
All right, this is important. This is really important. +1 AC.
Transgender pride.
Okay, hold on. I'll allow that.
Okay, I'm gonna mute the audio of my music.
Damn meteor, you look good.
Okay.
So this is a lot slower than the edited version,
I feel like it doesn't.
but this is somewhat of what I'm trying to recreate.
Sure.
And so this is Doug on YouTube. You guys should totally check out his channel. It's amazing. So he's got 3 characters, and they react to audio. So 3 different voices.
Is that the barbarian looks fly as fuck right now? This is a basic outstress. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. He's so broad-shouldered. I could try this one. Hold on, this might work a little better.
So I can tell there is a lot of downtime here.
Me making the barbarian look really wonderful in this dress feels like not the biggest priority at the moment.
That smile shines brighter than Doug's bald head.
Look, this is just, I don't know, man. Is it beautiful? Okay.
It's maximum priority.
Group you guys together. Barbarian. Alright, the barbarian has put on a beautiful red dress. And now, faces the mannequins with renewed confidence.
That dress is absolutely necessary.
Alright, that's his turn. Bard, what would you like?
So this is somewhat what we're trying to do.
What will you do?
I want to mock the mannequins.
Okay, you can only mock one. Which one you mock? They all look complete.
So you can tell there's definitely some dead air, which is inevitable in live stream capacity, waiting for chatters to input what they want to do. Like, I was watching it at double speed, even the edited version.
Maybe the right one? The rightmost?
The important thing to note is he did Photoshop. He structured an entire story. And it's like a comedic retelling.
Yeah, the wizard's at 1 health. But I mean, the wizard's
I
out
want
of...
to mock the one closest to the barbarian.
Okay, the barbarian, or excuse me, the bard is assigned to mock. The middle one is the most menacing.
Well, see, Garnican, that's just something you have to account for. Like, so me as the host, like, I would be using that time to my benefit
Not healing the wizard
rather than sitting there twiddling my thumbs or like blaming you,
As
you know,
a reminder,
the
we're
chatter
talking about
for
real milk.
the boredom that everybody else
Actual
would
milk that was
suffer
relevant
from.
in the food aisle.
Hypothetically.
You're mocking words towards the mannequin.
Let's see, you can tell there's already been a minute that went
You
by
gotta give me your quote.
of Doug
If
here.
you plays
waiting.
barbarian, be ready to actually like.
Doug, what are you talking about? I got the milk from the floor below.
Right, exactly. You have to actually.
This is a great
remind me of an
example.
insult. So you are using your magical words to mock this mannequin. To make him
You
feel
see how he's
insecure
zooming in and
hopeless.
out? That's creating
What
like
do you
this
say,
sense of
specifically?
urgency. It's making it feel more interactive. But I think the dead air is the one thing I'm
Yes, but we can move
trying
on
to minimize.
specifically
Your head is
referencing.
so bald that it makes my friend Doug look
Hey,
hairy.
Blue Tulip, what's up?
Okay.
We're watching Doug stream here
Doug, my text isn't
for
getting
inspiration. But I watched this morning and I was
Some of
inspired.
those, man. Some of them drop. I'm not sure why.
So
if it isn't, just
let me now go to the edited
sorry,
version,
Ghost.
which is there's like no dead air. Like I think this is kind of like the end product. You know, this is what we'll be making.
12.
You can see he has
He's kind of laying on the ground. Looks up.
overlays.
Wow, that's cool. As the wizard flies
He
over,
did all the dice
to
rolling.
the other side. Porky turns around and screams. Like these two are bonding, and then the bard and Porky the pig dwarf.
But if
are
anybody
going
wants to
down
watch
here.
this,
We're really seeing two couples emerge. You do see
and get back to me, like share with me your own thoughts and opinions. This is incredibly entertaining. I enjoyed every second of this. I watched it at second speed.
Can I take olive oil? Yes.
That set me off. I was like, where's that voice coming from? Well, welcome in, everybody. Today it's going to be low-key. Why is that chat there? Who can read that? I mean, this particular streamer, his automations attract a lot of viewers. His YouTube channel alone has 2.6 million views. I only found out about him recently. I think I've seen his videos before. It just never clicked. Like this is the guy who has literally not only done what I'm trying to do, he did it in the most hilarious way possible. Like, and he's making a killing. He actually just released a new video about Mario Party. So apparently his chat's probably going to be playing Mario Party in this video. Anyway, every single one of his stream, it's like chat plays so-and-so. Like, here's like a whodunit game. There's like rule-breaking games. Anyway, what we're trying to make is Dungeons & Dragons.
On the way there, you pick up a bottle of olive oil.
Ikion, what's
That
up?
next to the ketchup in your armor, and the four of you advance up the stairs.
Okay, so this was a funny moment. Let's just get to a little bit more context here. So the way he introduces scenes, like, are next level. So, first of all, in the video itself, he describes the rules, which this is something I need to emulate. Garnican helped bring it to my attention. Like, they had such a complex arsenal that they didn't know how to use it. So what Doug here did was he created like a cheat sheet for these characters, which I imagine he also had like a link that he was sharing with whoever won. In every 15 minutes, he was cycling out characters, and they all shared the exact same profile. So we have a barbarian, and I'll just play it.
Also got his own unique spells. Reckless attack can be used every turn. This makes your next attack
So he's kind of
more
like the
powerful and
barbarian.
likely
He's a
to hit,
tank, and he deals
or weaker
damage
to
with an
enemies on next
axe.
turn too. The
So you can
extra
attack recklessly,
spell just
you can
gives
attack
extra attack on your turn,
an
but it
extra
can only
attack
be used
every
once
level.
per floor of the Walmart. And intimidating presence will shout and frighten away all nearby enemies, but it can only be used one time ever. With all of these options at his disposal, what will the barbarian do first?
I'll shotgun a monster from a shelf next to the Cheetos
rolls for a damage bonus.
The barbarian runs past the Dr. Pepper, runs over to this aisle. He grabs a cool monster.
Which shout out
with a
to
shotgun,
Ding Dong
the whole
Diddly,
thing like a total frat bro, and he feels his muscles.
who totally
and his blood
embraced
pumping.
the barbarian
His next attack is definitely going to be stronger.
mentality.
Next up is the Bard's turn. Now the Bard is physically weaker than the barbarian, but he is a master of magical speech, and he's known for being really horny. Also, he and the wizard are divorced. The Bard's spells include Vicious Mockery, which lets him hurl a magical instrument.
We gonna play today? Yeah, I think a little bit.
Which heals an ally for 1 health, very powerful, but it can only be used once per floor. Motivational Speech, which
I'm just showing you some glimpses of how a literal professional did
which
what I'm trying to do.
influences a creature to do whatever you tell them, but you can only use it 1 total time. What does the Bard choose to do?
It'll cast motivation speech. I'm literally eating them for breakfast. It's gonna be piece of cake.
And suddenly the wizard, the barbarian, and you feel super motivated. You can tell your next turn is gonna rip ass. Wizard, what would you like to do? Now the wizard is the team's main spellcaster. She's very vulnerable, but she has powerful magic attacks. Plus, she can do a kickflip on almost anything. The wizard's spells include Ray of Frost, which shoots a bolt of frost at an enemy. Magic Missile, which shoots missiles that are guaranteed to hit an enemy, but you can only use it once per floor. Major Image, which creates a big 20-foot illusion of your choice, but only once per floor. And Polymorph, which transforms an enemy into an animal of your choice. It's extremely powerful, so she only gets to use it once.
I would like to freeze the Dr. Pepper to make the can explode.
Yeah, good call. The way this should work is that it would normally be a 14, but because the can is weak to frost, it's a 13, and then because she got motivated by the Bard's speech, it's actually an 8.
So in that context, Doug here kind of did some like very made up math where it's like, hey, you're casting a spell, you've just been inspired by the Bard, so I've lowered the number you need to hit. And then it's also like the Dr. Pepper is weak to the ice magic, so I've lowered the number even further. So essentially what was a 50-50 chance, let's just say, so it's like rolling above a 10 out of 20 on a 20-sided dice. It's like, oh, now you only need to hit like an 8, etc.
17, you fucking crush him. You shoot the frostbolt directly at the Dr. Pepper, hits him square in the chest, and you see him start to go, oh,
so
until the whole
they're in a Walmart.
Dr. Pepper's dead. I even have blood. It's not blood, it's Dr. Pepper. Right, okay. These flaming hot Cheetos, they look horrified over at the dead Dr. Pepper, and then run up to you angrily, barbarian, and they spray spicy Cheeto dust directly in your eyes. They need a 16 to hit. Oh shit, 17! The Cheetos sprays the dust in your eyes, and you go, oh god, evil.
And so I kind of like broke down how he was doing it, and turns out he's using an entirely different software. He's using Python. So I am not a Python coder, but Python is one of the more simpler ways to turn your stream into something interactive. And I totally recommend checking out all those videos. We're not going to keep watching it, but that's how he's making his stream work. Me, on the other hand, I'm using a chatbot that is built around actions and if-then statements. So, for example, we can get into the behind the scenes of, my Dungeons & Dragons stuff, but it's basically saying like, oh, if, player 1 who equals Suhaib Motaz says something, then I will use text to speak. Like, I will say what they're saying. And so I'm basically using a series of actions using StreamerBot to do what he's doing behind the scenes with Python. So I have some specific advantages, and he has specific advantages to how we approach. The one thing that sets me apart would be having actual like Foundry software. So that's the name of the software I've been using for my specific D&D. Ignore Big Chungus. But so this is Foundry. So Foundry is how I have specific characters. And so what my mission would be is to try and simplify this system to where it's easy for someone who is playing along in chat to be able to take it and run with it. And that's what Doug did. So that kind of gives you where my head's at today. It's like, how do I simplify our gameplay even further? So today, we'll probably do like a test dungeon or two. I tried to get heat maps working. I didn't spend too much time on it, but it wasn't working. But that is something I wanted to do. I don't think in this particular video, he was using heat maps, but there was one of them that I was watching. So I just want to show you a concept that I'll be playing with this week. So that's going to be this one. Wait, nope.
You've got one last guess before I apply this to every single person in chat. Noodle my caboodle. A lot of Twitch chatters' blood will be on your hands if you don't save them.
Oh, gotta.
Lot of pressure, Noodle.
Here it is.
Don't... As a YouTube viewer,
I just want to show a concept that I'll be introducing this week, see if we can get it working. So he used what's called heat maps. So it will be a style of voting. Now, how I can use this would be like, hey, everyone, who do we want to play today?
to change their vote. Chat is floating.
And so people are basically touching the screen,
It's literally the lead is swapping.
and whoever touches the screen, it's adding to basically a poll.
It's going up and up. Votes end in 3,
07 chat.
2,
I'm sorry, Soda.
1. So
And so people are also clicking on him, which is funny in itself, but it's like you can't vote to knock him out. Called out again, welcome. So anyway, this is what I'll try and introduce this week. Hopefully I'll have like a test that we can work on tomorrow. Kind of failed at doing it before stream today. So called out again, you're just in time. We're about to do a little chat plays D&D. We'll do a quick test dungeon. So anyone that wants to play, type D20. And that'll enter you into the raffle. I'm going to have some just casual tavern music playing. That was another thing I need to do, is just build some playlists. Yeah, called out again. Welcome in. We're all friends here. What's your D&D experience? Most of, the people I've met here in stream, they've never played, but it's a very active hobby for me. But here are all of our characters. And I'll go back to the player's view. But I have basically every default class. So Artificers included, that's Tasha's. Basically an expansion pack for Dungeons & Dragons. But I've also added Blood Hunters and Gunslingers, based on Critical Role. But these are our cast of characters. Tell us how to use heat. That we will not be doing today, Suhaib. I was just showing you what I'll be working on this week, because I think it's very interesting. But if you are curious, this is how you would use it. So I'll pull up my Twitch. Since 2019, very cool. Yeah, I've been usually DMing campaigns. I've been a player a few times, but I basically have OCD, and I found DMing, I was enjoyed more. So here's the heat map. It's basically an overlay. And so you'll see here, just by clicking on the screen, it's supposed to be sending me, the streamer, a message. So that's what we'll be trying to get working this week. But today, we're not going to worry about it. Turned on closed captions. Oh wait, I wasn't even showing you. That's funny. I didn't have my display on. Here, one more time. So if you were trying to watch what I was doing and you totally couldn't see it, this is what the heat map is. It's basically an overlay in Twitch. So you would be clicking on the screen here, and it would be sending me a message. So that's how heat maps work. But that's something I'll be setting up offline, and we'll try it again next week. Control Freak, you too called out? Okay, so we've got, 3 people ready to play. So I will pick players. So I'll be one of the players this time around. Called out, you're player 1. I'm player 2. And Suhaib, you're player 3. Great. So now you guys get to pick your class. So you'll type any one of these classes. I'm going to be a Blood Hunter. Number 1. Now, usually when I push that button, you'll want to type in whatever you type in after I've assigned you as a player. Okay. Still had me as a bard from last game. What do you want to play called out again? I'll assign you a class. So right now I'm a blood hunter. Suhaib is a bard. Yeah, take your pick. So they're using text-to-speak voices from TTS Monster, if anybody's curious. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to do was move my microphone closer, so just trying to improve the quality of the stream. So if I get too loud, just yell at me. Panda Pops! Panda, you want to play? You can take my spot. But welcome in. So we'll do player 1 class, Cleric. Okay, it looks like it may have reset. We should be good though. No worries, Panda. May thy work go well. Okay, this music is gonna kill me. I just want some ambience. How about we just find some ambience? ASMR music. Am I gonna regret this? Yes, I would definitely regret that. Yes, that's better. You're I forgot you're a mod now, Suhaib, so you can do that. It's not playing for you? There is a chance it might have broken. Give it a moment. There should be a queue.
It's not playing for me. It's not playing for
Okay, that's a bard voice. Not quite sure why it's doing that. Something broke.
Oh, now it's playing. Oh, now it's playing.
Everything's breaking already. Okay, so here, just while we're thinking about it, I'm pulling up my text-to-speak automation, and we're just taking a look at our voice aliases. So for example, I know this might not interest you, but it's something I want to fix while we're thinking about it. If I were a bard, it would assign me this dramatic voice, and it would be playing through my second input. So you are currently a cleric. It's supposed to be playing the hobo voice, no offense. And then Suhaib picked wizard. So it's supposed to be playing Alan Wake's voice. However, the voices may be glitching right now.
Ascend equals.
But that might have fixed it. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Alright, well, we're going to play on. Yeah, it's currently playing the wrong voice. It's saying that you're a bard right now. It's saying we're all bards. And the worst part is the bard is this voice. Okay, and so I see I can edit these, so I'm just going to do that. And then we can move on. I'll fix it later.
NVMAGP.8.
He's almost party. You're just by default a bard, apparently. Alright, well, you guys have the normal voices now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop into a pre-made dungeon. And so this week has been like my test week. So everything that we're going to be doing is basically making sure all this works for the future. Future! I'd love some classical music. Ooh, maybe we'll just have some horror music. Mystery music. We'll try it. Okay. So, you all enter in to a dark, icy dungeon. We have a cleric.
Pull out a torch.
Good idea. The cleric enters first. A torch is already strangely lit and keeping a flame. Bloodhunter pushes past. And the wizard too wants a look.
Nice hallway.
So the three of you enter into this dungeon.
The wizard can make a spell for light.
Would you like to cast a light spell on yourself? You can see beyond the torch, it's a little bit difficult to see. You hear the sound of a cacophony of laughter that echoes off the icy walls. Ooh, let me get my voice changer working. So what would you guys like to do? Egads. We should slay the monster.
Gods.
Egads. Am I still player two?
The monster.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know what it is, but it is scary.
Okay. Proceed downhill. Down the hall. Which is also downhill. The cleric. You notice the eerie feeling, which I wanted to test the rolling. Try typing anything, called out again, and hopefully it'll roll the dice. But this is one of those things that I think I might just do without waiting. I have an action that's supposed to roll dice on screen, but it hasn't been working.
Follow the cleric.
Roll.
Oh, there it is.
20.
So I see it on screen, but it's not rolling in chat. Sometimes I have to kickstart it. Alright, now it's going to start reporting it in chat, which is great. Okay, so called out again. So that perception check. You notice just around the corner of this room here, heavy breathing. What do you do?
I hear a breathing gang.
Welcome back, Garnican. Here, you can have my spot.
Of
If
the
you want
heavy
it.
variety.
Of the heavy variety. And so at this point, you all notice a goblin step out. They don't appear to be
Follow it.
attacking at first glance. But they peer around the corner. And you see a smile
Class.
creep around their face. It's a blood hunter. You're playing a blood hunter, Garnican. Ew, Goblin.
You Dublin. Bobbin.
And so as you humiliate him by shouting, ew, he lunges to attack you, Cleric. You guys aren't AFK. That's funny. And so I'll go ahead and roll everyone's initiative.
I attack with my blunt instrument.
Yeah, Suhaib, I think it would. So don't do that. Don't do that, Suhaib. I'll teach you the commands over time. Garnican too. But yeah, let me worry about them for now. Okay, so all of you rolling for initiative. First in the list appears to be our blood hunter. That doesn't look right. No, it's the wizard. Sorry. What would you like to do, wizard? You see a goblin lunge at your cleric. Called out again, pulls out their mace just in time to swat it away, preventing the blades from injuring them. But our wizard, what would you like to do? You can hurl a firebolt. You have a whole list of spells. Suhaib throws a firebolt in their direction.
Firebolt.
The flame arcs across the cleric, who ducks just in time as the flames skid across the goblin's flesh. It's taken aback. You hear its shrill cries echo across the cavern. As soon as it leaps backwards, you see another shadow appear out of the darkness. Before it returns its assault on the cleric. On its turn, it uses a scimitar.
Dog noise.
Criticals! For 6 points of damage on the cleric. Alright, Blood Hunter, it's your turn. You have your trusty longsword. And yes, the cleric, I will grant you that attack of opportunity. At first, it cowardly...
Opportunity.
With opportunity, it cowardly took a step back, and you swung valiantly with your mace.
Ouchies.
Ouchies! Ouchies! 13! And this goblin parries it. But Blood Hunter, it's now your turn. Attack with longsword.
Attacks with longsword, aiming for the lights.
So you coast around to the intersection where these hallways meet, and the cleric gives you just enough breath to cut a chunk out of this goblin, but you roll a natural 1. ASMR Blood Hunter. As it should.
Blood Hunter.
Cleric, it's now your turn. You have a crossbow. You have Toll the Dead. You have a Sacred Flame. And here's your spell list. I hope you can read it. I'll try and get the dice working. I don't know if it's rolling my dice for you all.
Attack with mace.
Attack with mace! Is it like the pepper spray kind? Just kidding. Pulling out your mace. You wallop it on the cranium.
Hello.
Hello? Suhaib, welcome back.
The blunt kind.
The blunt kind. It's at this point the second goblin enters the fray. As we come back to our wizard. Firebolt from the wizard. The mace, unfortunately, did not connect. This goblin has a shield that it clamors its scimitar against. A second goblin enters the fray, rolling for initiative. The wizard lets loose his firebolt. The firebolt also bounces off this goblin shield. He's so tanky. Alright, the goblin goes for another cut on our scimitar. Or another scimitar cut. This time going for the cleric. Still in the center of the hall. Misses! As our cleric's heavy armor prevents an unwanted advance. Bloodhunter, we come back to you. Something a Bloodhunter can do is, as a bonus action, once per rest, you can intimidate your enemies. So you can only do this once per, basically,
Did I
gameplay.
use blood curse of bloated agony?
Oh, Garnican, looking up the rules. You have access to, at level 1...
Can I heal the cleric?
Suhaib, you're a wizard, so unfortunately you cannot. Druids, clerics, and bards have healing magic, as well as paladins. So there's 4 classes. Now, Bloodhunter, I currently have imported, for your reference.
Can I heal the cleric?
Yes, you may. On your turn. Bloodhunter, I currently have Blood Curse of the Fallen Puppet, of the Anxious, and of the Binding. I'll write those in chat for your records. And I'll add them to your character. Puppet, Anxious, Binding. Lucas! Welcome in, friend. So essentially I gave each player character, Bloodhunter, their own unique bindings, but you can only use 1 per game anyway. But I hope you're doing well, Lucas. And so we come back to player 2, our Bloodhunter. Binding, please. Excellent choice.
Binding, please.
Ooh, rolling a 7. So your eyes glaze over. You see the blood begin to fill, and your irises, your pupils turn bloodshot red. Now the enemy has to save against it, and unfortunately they were successful. Oh, it's a strength saving throw, so let me make sure before I narrate it otherwise. So strength saving throw, that he seems rather weak, very agile, rolls a nat 1, and so you watch as the goblin is immediately bogged down by the own blood that pulses through its veins. You see it freeze in place, unable to move. It is currently restrained.
Suhaimota.
You must stay! Alright, Cleric, it's now your turn. You have the opportunity to run away, heal yourself. You are rather tanky. You have 17 armor. Your Bloodhunter friend has 18 armor class. The wizard is rather frail, but is your damage dealer. But here are the spells that I've given your character. You have Cure Wounds, you have Command, you have Bless, you have Guiding Bolt, you have Light, Toll the Dead, and Sacred Flame, as well as Mace and Crossbow. Attack with Mace! Excellent choice.
Attack with mace.
So even with advantage, unfortunately rolling a 10. You are never late, Potato. Welcome in. We're just doing a warm-up game here. Unfortunately, we now come to the new goblin who has entered the combat.
Fuck.
You can walk away if you want, called out again, or you can try and tank the blows.
Potato
It's up to you.
_plants, you can have my place.
Okay, Suhaib, giving Potato the opportunity to play. There'll be more opportunities. Oh, we're just testing things, and Suhaib's played a couple times now. Suhaib has that power, so that's the command I use, Suhaib. Okay, but we come now to the Goblin Archer, called out again. Stands his ground.
I will stand my ground.
As the Goblin knocks an arrow and lets it fly across the battlefield, impacting the Cleric in the chest.
I'm free, though.
4 points of damage. The Cleric goes down. Wizard, we come to you.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, did I'm sorry. I gave the wrong player. That's funny. I gave Garnikin's character. So
I am dead.
I am dead. So this is the Wizard, aka player 3. So Potato and or Suhaib, what would you like to do? You just watch your Cleric friend go down in battle. And thank you for helping me test this, guys. This is very fun. So Potato, plants, you as a wizard have access to Firebolt, Ray of Frost, Mage Hand, Shocking Grasp. Some powerful magic includes Magic Missile, which is a guaranteed hit. You have Sleep. You have the Shield spell.
Attacker.
Firebolt! Always a good choice. And so the Restrained Goblin, you have a clear shot. Now that your Cleric is down, prone on the ground, you let loose a Firebolt. And it strikes true. 8 points of fire damage as the Ice Goblin, held in place by the blood magic of your Blood Hunter friend, takes the brunt of your flames. We come now to our Blood Hunter, Garnikin. The Cleric has gone down. What do you do? Now you are an alchemist, and you have in your inventory a
Glad
potion
I
of
can
healing.
use fire.
Attacks with longsword, making sure I don't end up in a place that will block the wizard's path.
Very good. So you step over the now slain goblin and your unconscious cleric friend, who's wheezing. You pull out your longsword and you go for this archer. But you roll a 6. And so the goblin leaps backwards, disengaging from your strike. Alright, cleric. I'll have you
Please.
roll a death save. There, type something called out again. This is testing my roll feature. I want to automate this, so this is something I'll be trying. We'll see if it does it. The dice has it out for you.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. The cleric says, rolling an 18, so that's a successful death saving throw. I'll mark that for you. Oh, don't worry about that. Alright, we come now to the goblin who pulls out a scimitar.
It's okay, cleric. When we save you, we can eat the medieval equivalent to soft tacos.
Oh man, these goblins are rolling hot. Cutting into our blood hunter for 8 points of damage with his scimitar.
I am even bad at being dead.
Alright, our wizard, Potato, what would you like to do? You're gonna eat medieval soft tacos.
Wilho.
Whoa! Your Woho rolled a 3. Okay, we're gonna sleep the archer.
And to make the archer sleep.
Excellent choice. So casting the sleep spell. That's enough to put the goblin to sleep. As your blood hunter, you control the magic using your hands, much like a maestro conducts an orchestra. The sleep spell begins to wrap itself around the goblin. Inhaling it, the goblin begins to fall asleep.
Oh,
Combat's
God.
over. The goblin is currently asleep. Now, the blood hunter, you do hold a potion of healing.
Wheeze.
Wheeze. I'll let you guys decide what to do. You do still have an unconscious goblin who is only asleep for about a minute, but magically asleep. Okay, so Potato is gonna attend to the cleric.
Okay, now I'm gonna head over to try and attend to the cleric.
Yeah, you have enough time, Garnican, to help out the cleric.
Then I go back and heal the cleric without the little bastard waking up.
You rolled a 1, so you slip and fall on the ice. Woo! And you land in the guts of the goblin. You almost drop the healing potion with a natural 1. For comedy effect, it almost shatters. It cracks even. And as it cracks, instead of uncorking it like a normal potion,
Another one.
you put the shattered glass onto your cleric's wound. And so they heal through the potion. (1d4) +2.
I'm gonna shoot over the fallen blood guy and kill the goblin with fire.
Very good. Roll 1d4. Alright, our cleric is back up with 4 health points. The healing potion that you had was your last one remaining, but we'll say every successful
Instant crit?
adventure you guys get a new one. Instant crit? I would say so. Especially if it's a sleeping goblin. So executioner style, our wizard pulls up his wand to the goblin. And you all turn away as an eruption of flame leaves a beheaded goblin. Oh, there's no sound. It's brutal. Brutal.
Okay, now we can have medieval tacos.
Looting time.
Die.
Okay, I'll let you guys roll for this. Hopefully it doesn't break again. Yum yum in your tum tum. Who's cooking the tacos? Also, where'd you get taco supplies? Are you making them out of goblins? I guess you could try.
Yum yum in my
Okay.
tum tum.
Call out again, coughs up blood as he begins to salivate about tacos. It does not taste yum yum in your tum tum. Goblin tacos.
Ye goblin tacos.
You know what? Goblin tacos is a brand name. Not a bad idea, because you know you're gobbling them. Like, some salsa? Goblin salsa?
Salsa. At
This is getting
18.
kind of morbid. So, is that cannibalism? That's the real question. But yes, you begin to carve off chunks of goblin. And you enjoy yourselves making a campfire in this icy temple. It's almost like a sauna as the walls begin to melt from the fire. you do hear the sound of something down the longer hallway. It doesn't sound malicious, much like the goblins did, but it does kind of ring out almost like a song.
Use our stale bread to
Use your stale bread?
Licking bonds.
Okay, so this is where I'll give others an opportunity to play. So I want to try and speed up the, trade-off so that more people get the opportunity to play. So if you guys would like to join,
yummy bone broth.
Type D20 to enter. So I'm automatically in it every time. And if you are currently playing, feel free to join again.
Has Panda played? If not, give her my slap.
Okay, that's very kind of you, Garnican. If it's just Panda, we'll let her take your spot. And yeah, thank you, Potato, as well. Just trying to give people the opportunity to play.
Slot if you want.
But I think just Panda's the only new player, so we'll give her player 2. Can't play right now? No worries, Lucas. Just extending the invitation. Enjoy your run. So you all hear what could only be the sound of singing.
Yes, I did the best voice.
As that rings off of the icy temple walls. But you all finish your goblin tacos and you all restore 1 health point because tacos are God's miracle to the world.
WOA, what a wonderful sound.
Demon voice.
It sounds like someone needs to be Ula-lived.
Okay, it's up to you guys to decide what to do. You could run and hide if you wanted. There are adventurers that do that.
I seek the sound.
Okay. So called out again. Recently deceased, but comes back
what if
again.
We share the tacos.
What if we share the tacos? You don't have to. But basically, everybody missing health points, I gave 1 back from your goblin
also
tacos.
See the sound of the wailing banshee.
So who would like to lead the charge? I'll give you the opportunity to roll. Called out again was the first to say anything.
No, the tacos are for us.
Yeah, those are the team's tacos.
I'll be in the back so I can be ranged.
Very good. So player 1 called out again. Cast a light spell, I would imagine, to illuminate the hall. As you walk closer towards the sound, it abruptly ends.
Who goes there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
MGM.
Wait, don't kill me! Please!
Hello.
I can be...
I
So saying goodbye, our blood hunter crosses the threshold and notices a small tentacle-like creature.
Oh, you startled me. I thought I was alone here. My name is Flumpkins.
It's I called out again of the taco team.
And so, as called out again, announces his presence.
I hug it.
The blood hunter leaps forward to hug it. It's very squishy to the touch. However, you do feel a slight sting
Squid.
as the defense mechanism activates.
Oh, you should have told me first.
As your nervous system begins to
I lick its tentacles.
ring
Tastes like they
in
pick
pain.
tacos.
It does not taste good. It's like a sea salt from outer space salt. But you suffer 1 point of lightning damage as your nerves
We are gonna need more
reel
bread.
in pain.
More like a jellyfish.
Flumpkins is amused by the friendliness of such adventurers. I am stranded here.
I attack.
As he begins to tell you his life story, the blood hunter attacks. All right, everybody, roll for initiative. Which I guess I'll roll for initiative
Tingle off.
by biting its tentacle. Excellent choice.
Wait, wait.
Oh shit, more food.
As you go to bite its poor tentacle. Combat begins. You do get the surprise round attack as a blood hunter. You are very skilled with your teeth. So I'll give you an unarmed strike there. I'll add that to your hotbar. And you sucker punch him for 1 point of damage. Our wizard, you get to act. What would you like to do? That's potato. Yippee! More food! So what's nice with turn tracking is I can enable rolls on an individual basis. So whatever you do, just by typing what you want to do, it'll
Can I
automatically
even,
roll.
see him.
Can I see him? Oh. Hopefully you were able to see on screen the little image there, top left. Well, that's what he looks like. But around the corner, you'll catch a glimpse. So you do spot him, potato plants. Would you like to attack him? He seemed friendly. That was until your blood hunter
I see, I'll
friend
move up and
took a
try to
bite out
get
of
a
him.
good look so I can use Firebolt.
You do get a great look. And so using Firebolt, you blast him for 3 points of fire damage.
Ow! Ow! You're so mean! You're mean! Big meathead!
Cleric, we come to you.
If the others say kill, I kill.
Villages in Dungeon. Good reference. Oh,
This is
all right.
turning into delicious in dungeon.
As the cleric pulls out his bib, wraps it around his neck, knife and fork at the ready. You position yourself.
Yum.
It is your turn, cleric, if there's anything you'd like to do. You choose diplomacy.
I chose diplomacy.
What are you talking about? I can tell you anything I know. I'm from the world Terrestria, and I was exiled for, unfortunately, being a womanizer. Well, not like female women, but, humanoid women, more like jellyfish women. And I don't really know many family secrets, but I am really good at making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Is there anything you want to ask this character? You can tell you've got him backed into a corner. He's also got very little life left in him.
Oh, they make PB&J.
Oh, it's the best PB&J. You see, it comes from my own excrement. So if you give me a moment.
You see the jellyfish-like creature begin to
Where is the treasure?
milk himself.
Treasure? What treasure? I don't know. The treasure is the treasure
what?
that we've made. Here's your PB&J, sir.
He hands you a very crude looking PB&J. You can also tell he didn't have any bread.
This guy. LMAO.
Instead of bread, he used rocks. And instead of peanut butter, he used, I think, cloth is what you're looking at. But it comes now to Thump's turn, which he spent making a PB&J. So a blood hunter, what would you like to do?
Yum.
Do you enjoy the jellyfish sandwich? So Panda Pop's up to you what you want to do. It is your turn. He's caught off guard.
I have no idea what to make of this thing after that.
You could tell it wasn't ever intending to fight you.
I just throw up in the corner.
You just throw up in the corner.
Is she okay? Do we need medical attention? Should I leave? You know what? I'm gonna leave.
So the entity that you all began to interact with, wouldn't even say converse, begins to float away.
Wait, don't leave. Take us to treasure.
Yeah, you keep mentioning treasure. I have been hiding. This is
Don't worry,
this
where
is
is
where
the
I
loot?
live. I don't have anything shiny. I just have me, myself, and I, and it's not good enough for you. So I'm gonna excuse myself and pretend like you didn't just assault me in my own home. I'm not even glad to have met you. I would say this has been the worst day of my life.
I grapple it and say it's coming with us.
Okay, make a grappling check. You can type whatever you want. Oh, he rolls a 17.
I thought you were exiled.
Oh, is it going to roll for you?
New pet.
A 4.
Whoa, hands off the tentacles, lady! I saw what you did with that mouth.
It pulls itself away and flies the hell out of there.
Sad face.
Great job, guys. Oh, Potato Plants gets a firebolt off.
Until a fire bolted.
Okay, just as it goes around the corner, we see a firebolt. Oh, and it lands true. As you nail this jellyfish being in the back of the head with a bolt of flame. You guys won D&D! Congrats!
You are not allowed to leave without giving us treasure.
We did it. Wow.
Jellyfish on goblin tacos.
Amazing. Well, that was a fun test.
You.
Yeah, that creature basically had no purpose. I guess I could show you it's a benevolent entity. Apparently it knows telepathy. I just thought it'd be a fun enemy. Oh yeah, I forgot to use its signature ability called Stench Spray. So it's like a skunk. It's like an alien skunk. But he was just trying to, I guess, leave diplomatically. Yeah, well, it's I think he's lawful good.
Is the good one, right?
Yeah. So it has a high intelligence. And it understands emotions.
Lucky I am good at murder.
For those of you that played Baldur's Gate, they are kind of like pets for the Gith Yunki and Gith Zerai. Oh, I said pet, I meant parasites. So they basically siphon off mental energy, apparently. Cool. You guys didn't have any good vibes for
I wish I understood emotions.
All right, well, good game. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna test myself with making another one to speedrun. So this is gonna be completely generated.
Free,
and I'll even let you guys
two
watch the
goblins in that
process.
thing.
Yeah, you guys leveled up in theory. I haven't decided how to approach leveling up yet as like a chat experience. If anybody has ideas, feel free to throw them out there. So just to show you the process of randomly generating, because I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
go for
interesting.
now. I may be back later.
Thanks, Potato. Hope you have a great day.
Alan Wake, smile.
Here, we'll go to a cave next.
If someone want to play, just let me know.
Yeah. If anything, we'll do another raffle. We'll do a small cave. Wait, I can't show you guys, then it won't be fun to explore if you know what it looks like.
I also have to go back to working, but I'm lurking.
Sounds great. Thank you, Panda Pops.
That was lots of fun.
Hell yeah. That's what we'd like to hear. So if anybody wants to play, just type D20. If anything, I'll be just testing some stuff if we don't have enough players. And nobody should feel compelled to play. It's whoever wants to. Okay, I'll go ahead and pick our players then. I'll probably be one of them. Alright, I'm player 3. You guys can pick your class. I'll be a gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Cider.
Fighter, sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Okay, so the three of you enter this dark cave. You overheard that cultists might be hanging out in the cave nearby. So the three of you, as traveling mercenaries, took it upon yourselves to eradicate these cannibals after they took another victim the weekend before. Apparently they only eat a human being, you know, like once in a while, but it's enough to make a difference in the town's population. They're very mad. Like, who wouldn't be? So what do you guys want to do?
I would like to cast light. It seems a little dark here.
Very good. You cast the light spell as magic radiates from your staff. And Suhaib, as the fighter, what would you like to do? Trying to see how I can get this light attached to you easier.
I'm going down right in that tight area.
Oh, you're taking the walls with you again? Okay. So rolling a 3, heading down right. You stumble over a few rocks as the shadows catch you off guard. The gunslinger right behind you. Oh.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. And so you immediately notice the smoldering remains of a campfire. It seems as though your presence had been felt, and they ran before you could do anything.
Pull my shield out.
Shield at the ready. Very good. And so as you begin to crest over and look towards the campfire, you can see the remains of a small encampment. It does appear like there's tents and things where people were sleeping. You know what I think I'll do is I'll probably have like some sort of token so you guys just all move together. But you can hear some hushed whispers to the south. Going south.
Go south then.
Hey, don't make any more sudden moves. Hey, don't come any closer.
So at this point, you can see through the shadow, and you spot two figures. Your gunslinger friend cocks his pistol, but you give him a moment to speak. One appears to have a staff in his hand. Magic at the ready. Casting
detect magic to get an idea of what is ahead of us.
You cast detect magic, and this wave of arcane energy springs from your own staff. And you notice the cultist who holds a staff
He is British.
is equipped with some sort of fire magic. Almost preparing the spell to use.
Hey, I said don't come any closer. We'll blow your brains out, and then eat them for breakfast, unless you leave. I'll give you to the count of 60 to leave peacefully. And I'm kind of like saying it in the back of my
You sound
mind.
so British.
Yeah, so what if I come from the motherland? Why y'all bring it up, boy? They call me Jack the Lipper, because that's my favorite part, is the lips. Succulent, tasty, it's almost like kissing. Except it's cannibalism. I used to think I was a bad guy,
Use
but...
crossbow at the British guy.
Oi!
Okay, this is a full roll for combat. Combat begins. Our fighter is the first to act. Crossbow out. The bolt flies across the battlefield, impacting the suspicious cultist in the shoulder blade. But his spell begins to channel. I warned you. I warned you. Would you like to go closer, fighter? Okay, you pull out your greatsword.
Use great sword.
And you begin to step closer
Great.
to him. So at this point, the cultist pulls out their own sword. And our caster friend here uses Firebolt.
You British.
You British. Not me. The firebolt arcs, illuminating the cave for a split second as you parry it with your greatsword, and it scatters across the wall. Sorcerer, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You see this character is getting ready to act, but the one before you just casted a fire spell. Oh, casting the sleep spell.
Cast sleep on the nearest enemy.
So the brunt of your arcane magic captures both. It's for 26, so both of them fall asleep. It's very effective on these lower level enemies. As the magic engulfs them, they take a solemn breath and eventually snooze and drop to their knees before falling asleep on the ground. It only lasts for a minute, but they are asleep. So the cultists pass their turn. The gunslinger pulls the pistol out and positions himself in a more safe location.
Can I prepare a spell so I don't use my turn, but can cast a spell in someone else's turn?
Yes, you may. So Garnican, if you'd like to prepare a spell, the way that works in game is as an action, you're kind of readying is the key word. So you ready a spell. And so what that does is it expends the magic, and you're waiting for a specific event to happen. So you could say, when the cultist wakes up. Or you could say, when my ally attacks, I let the magic happen. So like that's when I firebolt, is when my ally strikes. And so we come now to the fighter once more. The enemies have fallen asleep before you. What would you like to do, Suhaib?
Great sword.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry.
And so your great sword comes down, striking the poor cultist as he sleeps peacefully before you. Unable to dodge the blow, 8 points of greatsword damage.
11.
So they are more or less sleeping targets. So they cannot dodge the attack. And because they are asleep, it's an automatic critical hit. He's dead. Taking the cue, your gunslinger friend aims to shoot. However, we come to the sorcerer's turn first. So Garnikin, what would you like to do? Oh, Mind Sliver.
Cast Mind Silver on the other enemy.
So Mind Sliver basically rips a thought so violently from their mind that it deals psychic damage. Excellent choice. I'll go ahead and add that to your spellbook. I did have like starter spells for everybody.
That DC hates me.
Dice hates me. Let's see, is it gonna add it? There it goes. A little bit laggy here. Let me check my CPU. So this time I was testing a new variation of like software. I also removed all those old memes we had. So Garnikin, I apologize in advance for when you try commands. I do have backups. However, we're still suffering a lot of CPU loss. So I'm curious where it's getting bottlenecked. Looks like Google Chrome is doing a lot of it. For now it is. So Mind Sliver activates, and the cultist immediately wakes up, jumps to his feet, and goes to defend himself, leaping at the sorcerer. But it's at this point the gunslinger have been readying his own attack. Now let's loose a pistol shot. But an 11 misses as you hear the bang ricochet off the walls. Fighter, it comes to you. Just as the cultist lunges forward to attack the sorcerer. You have the opportunity to cast Shield. Although it would not save you. Seven points of damage. Bringing you down. Sorcerer, you have been defeated.
Cast Shield then.
Sadly, even with Shield, the attack would have still gone through. And so you watch as the Sorcerer pulls their wand up to deflect the blow with arcane energy, and the blade just cuts you down too quick. Comes back to the fighter. Great sword in hand. And so the fighter brings the great sword down on their foe. With one fell swoop. Unfortunately, the sorcerer has passed. So, this is actually our first death, because you guys have no way of reviving him. Hey, welcome back. Well, fighter, Suhaib, you were unable to protect the sorcerer.
Can I heal someone?
You don't have any healing magic. So our gang of adventurers here we're going to be trying something new. Although I'm not sure if my system will be able to handle it, but we'll find out in a sec. We're going to try creating a character together. So, I'll keep you guys up on screen.
Oh no.
Oh no is right. But I'm going to close out some programs, hopefully get some CPU back. And we're going to open up Comfy UI. And we're going to try and generate a new sorcerer to replace Garnikin. So Garnikin.
What happened?
Yeah, Garnikin, you're going in the Hall of Fame now.
The first player death. I'm not sure I should be honored.
But let's give it a moment, make sure everything loads properly. This will be the last thing we do for our stream. Need a name? Yeah, you guys should start thinking about a name. Garnikin, this honor is all yours. First of all, this type of character creation, I would probably outsource to people that donate, which you are already one of them. So it makes a lot of sense for you to have that honor. And then also, when a player dies, I think it might be like a group choice, and like we would do like a poll.
Sargrass.
Sargrass. Ooh, that's an interesting name. Alright, I'm going to play some more cheerful music. My AI generator is still loading. I believe I'm going to have to close more programs because computer is not happy right now with me. Not happy at all. So we're going to close our voice changer. We're probably going to close the text-to-speak as well. So it's good to note, you know, what we can do and what we can't do while I have this running. Yeah, close OBS. It is good to note that those old channel point rewards weren't taking up a lot of extra space. I think a lot of my CPU is going towards streaming Foundry. It is an interactive software after all. Alright, it's loading up. I had to give it like 10% more CPU. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put it on screen. So here's how this is going to work. You get to pick the race. Like, we're not going to be just human anymore. If you need a list of Dungeons & Dragons races, we can pull that up as well. But we're making a sorcerer. We'll also throw in a bunch of other keywords like wizard, mage, sorcerer, magic, user, magical. We could say wand, or if you want them wearing a staff, spellbook. Sorcerers don't use spellbooks. Yeah, more like ancestry, but skin tone is also custom. Like if Garnikin wants a specific skin tone, otherwise it'll be random. So I use a randomizer for skin tone, as well as eye color, also ancestry. So I'll just go ahead and do a test one, and we'll see what it spits out. So like I have gender randomized, I have dress, aka clothing, I have location randomized, I have their expression randomized, their hair, their ancestry, so that would be like elf, dwarf, orc. I also have their skin, and that's color and like style. So the last character was a merfolk with a pink skin tone. And so this is basically all the portraits we've been working with. So Garnikin is asking for an elf. There are multiple types of elves, so I'll just give you 3 different. So we could do wood, drow, which is like dark, and then high elf. And the high elf is like the Lord of the Rings style elf. A wood elf is more like forest elements. Okay, so it's still generating the very first one, and then we'll spit out the elf as well. And I imagine you want a male character. Is there a name for it? If the mom was human and the father was an elf? Yeah, like a half elf. I'll put that in. So computer is having a hard time allotting enough resources. It's actually going really slow right now. But I wanted to test this on stream, so this was a very good opportunity. This might even need to be refreshed. It is still going, so we can see it's actually loading up still. So this is kind of like how fast it's generating. Have any of you used Comfy UI before? So this is Garnikin's character, namely because Garnikin donated already. So donators are going to get their own custom character. And then also because Garnikin has been unalived in the game, so it's like an honorary way to make a new character too. But we're going to do Sargraz. So I'll go ahead and copy that. But yeah, Suhaib, I'd probably make you a custom character as well. With Garnikin's character here. It is very slow. Usually it takes like 2 minutes. The first one always takes a little bit longer, like maybe 5. We're now on minute 3.5. So I'm gonna take a step away. I'll go ahead and queue up Garnikin's generation. But we'll get to see an image of it. So I'll be right back. Can you hear me? I'm back now. It's just loading, that's all. This is abnormally slow, but again, we're streaming, so it's hard to say how fast this would have gone if I wasn't streaming. But I did give it enough space to work. So I'm curious why it's going this slow, because this is slower than average. So voice mod is still running in the back. Yeah, generally, Suhaib, my reasoning... Yeah, Discord might help as well. My reasoning for that is, if I were to put my web browser up on screen, I would be using Firefox. We've been testing all week and last week, and so I haven't minded Google Chrome, but Chrome has more personal information, that's all. Firefox, on the other hand, I have it set to be more anonymous. How many Firefox? Just one now. But yeah, we don't have to troubleshoot this. This is basically something I would be doing off stream. I did want to test and see how long it would take while streaming. Generally, it does not take this long. Like right now, we're on almost 8 minutes. An image will usually take 1 to 2 minutes max. And I can even reduce the quality to make it faster. Oh, I see why. It's generating 4 pictures right now. Crap. Okay. I'm like, oh, why is it taking 4 times as long? It's because I'm making them in batches of 4. So it's going to spit out 4 right now. I'll wait the last 10% here. We'll see what happens. It's like, oh, why is this taking 4 times as long as a normal image? It's because I set it to 4 at a time. Which was useful for generating characters. Like, if you get a good prompt and it spits out 4 versions of the same, like, description of a character. Like, it makes sense. Alright, I need different music. Okay, so it loaded the model. If it doesn't spit out an image right now, I'm just going to cancel it and queue it again. There we go. Okay, so these are the 4 mermaid girls with pink skin tones that it spat out. And here, while we're looking at them, I'll queue up Garnikin's elf. So these are pretty good quality. It's a great art style. Like, I customized this workflow. Like, these are all sorcerers. You can see there's a magic wand. I would say I'm low energy. I can make up for it. I can fake it until I make it. So now this image generation that we're going to have for Garnikin is almost done. And I'll even queue 3 more after that. So we'll have some options. So here's Garnikin's character. This is just the first one, but a sorcerer, elf. so we're going for like a half-elf human. This one feels very aristocrat. Almost maybe like an ambassador. Like the person for in-between human-elf communications. Here's number 2. Two wands, double wand action. So this guy looks like he uses water as a weapon. But yeah, Garnican, I'll generate maybe like 3 more, and we can choose one. Might lower the quality a little bit. That might affect the generation, though. Like, it might turn out a little bit artifacty, like ugly. So we'll see. 2 wand, 1 elf. I haven't seen that episode of Dungeons & Dragons. This one's very pale. I do like the almost like lotus flower magic energy. Very elvish. It's 1, 2, and 3. 2's almost... It's got like fire hue skin tones and like water magic. It's a good color balance. This one feels maybe icy. Here's option 4. Number 3. It's a good pick. I really like the outfit especially. Like, it looks well tailored. The robes are nice on this one. This is the newest one. But yeah, if you are happy with number 3, we'll stop it there. It can be more difficult to choose the more numbers you have, more options you have. So the way I figured it, it would be like offering 4 potential options based on a brief description of a character. Alright, we're done. That's number 5. His eye's a little wonky. But yeah, this will be your new character. So I'll do a quick... Well, I already closed out of Foundry. But I'll set this character up for you. 3 or 4. So here's 3. Here's 4. So 4 is like short hair, 3 has a ponytail, no earrings. Number 4 has earrings, short hair. It's hard, but 4. See, it gets more difficult the more choices you have. Here's the last option. This is number 6. There's 6, 5. 5 is like a little bit older, it would seem. White hair. 6 has almost like a cleric vibe. Short brown hair. That does remind me more of like a human side. This one definitely has a lot of magical elements to it. Like we can see there's like an aura of magic. This is number 4. Number 5. Number 6. You don't want to make one? No worries, Suhaib. But I like 4 too. 4 is very sorcerer. 4 is perfect. Fantastic. I'll have it ready to play next time. We'll be doing some more heat map stuff. Hopefully tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Called out again. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for playing with us today. Potato as well. Thanks for playing. Garnikin Suhaib. Always appreciate you. Thank you. Panda playing earlier. Lucas visiting. Ikion as well if you're out there. Thank you, Gardican. I hope by the end of the week we'll have something like of a prototype, you know, where it's like people could just instantly come in, start playing. It's definitely important to have like a cycle of people playing too, because that's going to draw more people to come on in. And I think as soon as next week, I'll be doing a subathon, and that's going to like kickstart everything. But by the end of this week, we're going to have a working prototype that is seamless. That's the goal, seamless integration with streaming. Yeah, thanks, Called Out again. Have a great one. Last question from Suhaib. Can I play Space Bartender? That was my first itch game through Unreal Engine. It probably is going to break, no matter what. I'm something that I threw together in a weekend for a game jam. Well, I'm glad you found it. Hey, no worries, Garnikin. I already greatly appreciate the support you've given me. You're too kind. Thank you, honestly. I'm hoping we can find some new friends in the D&D space. I got to get back into the swing of content creation. Make some actual videos too, not just live streams. And yeah, Garnikin, I'll copy paste what you put before. And you'll have it in your description. Alright, thank you everybody. Have a great day. Yeah, Suhaib, you should totally do a game jam. It's a good test of skill. Test your progress. Alright, logging out. See ya.